YouTube? It's Palbrix, and today we're going to be taking a look at the deluxe Beetle Buster. Only is today's video about the awesome Beetle Buster, but it is also about this guy over here, and I like to call him Tank Stag. And over here we have Canon Koto. So a pretty awesome set of 3 insect robots. So we have the giant robot itself, his 2 companions, and they can all combine into tank Hercules, which is this huge giant beetle tank. So that's cool. And there's also the combined mode, which is the super robot form, I guess. So it's pretty awesome. Let's get into this review. So the first one is Canon Koto, and this is a nice Koto jet. We have some red eyes, some gold. There's also some vibrant lilac on the sides. We got some gray, and we got some more gold, and some thrusters in the back. So it's pretty nice for the most part. I'll take it off of the stand right there, so you guys can really get a good look at this figure. So overall, there isn't much to it other than its wings being able to articulate. Also, this little horn can move, but it's really for transformation. But other than that, there's movement there, but that practically doesn't do anything either. But this is the Beetle jet known as Canon Koto. Pretty nice for the most part. You can see the nozzle where the gun goes. It's pretty nice. So other than that, that's this simple little dude. Let's get on to the next one. So here is my favorite Tank Stag, and it's really nice. We got some lilac on there, some purple or violet, whatever you want to call it. We got some translucent pieces, some metallic gray, black wheels, silver pincers, huge cannons, and there are some spoilers in the back and some green lights. So overall, this is really, really nice. And there's some little I guess you call them like hover thingies, kind of makes it propel off the ground. But this is a pretty nice one. Now it is awesome. It can do a lot. So the pincers would technically be articulated to open and close. I mean, we can kind of give it the motion that it is opening and closing a little bit if I fidget around with it, but that's not the point. He can roll. He can roll everywhere. He'll never stop rolling. But anyway, there's more to it than just rolling. We also have articulated guns, which I just destroyed. Now that we're back with the third cut. The guns are articulated. They can move all the way forward like that. So now he has this super cannon thing going on. They can also rotate around the back side like this. And they can act as boosters. It's supposed to be like this. My bad, guys. But they can move like that, and they're like these super dope thrusters. He's launching all the way across the whole thing. But besides all of that, I think he looks really, really cool. All of the aesthetics are there, and I think that the colors complement each other pretty well.
Just look at the eyes of death. Never stop looking at them.
Let's talk Beetle Buster. So first, we're going to go over the movement. So we have a butterfly joint in the elbow right there, and they're both on some nice clicky ratchets. They're a little soft up here, but overall they're pretty nice. Now there is a bend at the elbow, which is pretty sweet. There's also a butterfly on that side, a bend on the elbow on this side, finger movement, which is always pretty nice for the most part. Same for that side. We've got head movement all around here. There's even movement in the pincers, which is also pretty nice to have. Notice the gunmetal gray in them? Pretty sweet. There's a funny leg move. There is a funny leg movement. So we got a bend at the knee, but there's also movement on the foot. A little bit of a swivel there. And it kind of bends to the side, but that's really for transformation. There's also kicks. You can do kicks. You can flip up the flap and see what's under the flap, jackety flap, and all that cool stuff. Pretty nice for the most part. This is pretty much it that this robot can do. I mean, that is pretty much it for this robot. What the heck was I saying? But anyway, that is all for this guy. Now, let's get into his weapon mode and combined mode and whatnot. So the first summon is Canon Koto, and all you gotta do is fold these up and get this bad boy and plug it onto the side, and now he has this giant cannon, which is freaking sick, and I love this thing. Okay, let me adjust it just a little bit. Boom, there's his giant cannon on the side, and also I forgot to fold this horn backwards like that. Once I do that, now it's in cannon mode. Looks absolutely sick on the side. I love this guy. This is one of the coolest ones out of all the summons to me because it's super simple. But I think that Land Leo is pretty cool too. But you guys are gonna see Land Leo soon. But this is what it looks like on the gun mode. Overall, it couldn't be more satisfying. Kapow! Now it is my turn. So first, we're just going to open this guy up with his cannons open first. Then we're going to open up his mouth and take out his swords. But then we can fix him. So fold that down like this, and then I'm gonna get these and bring them forward like that, and they turn into cannons. But they're also sort of mimicking his horns in a sense. It's not the best thing, but it can do it. There it is, with his cannons. After adjusting these swiftly, they can now fit inside of the hands of the robot to get in there. Okay, now they're in. But once you get them in, you get an awesome set of dual blades and a cannon. But outside of that, he can pose. Voila! I think that this is one of the coolest poses, but there is more to it than that. Now I think that he looks better with the swords without this cannon. But still, nonetheless, he's awesome. Now that we've gotten a clean look at the weapon modes, we can now get into the first combined mode, which is called the Ultimate Tank Hercules. Finally, after all that work, we finally got the tank mode ready. This is Tank Hercules. This thing is enormous, but on top of that, it's like fully decked out. Look at all of these wheels. He has pincers, a giant cannon, and all of this heavy artillery. I think that this mode is absolutely crazy. One thing for sure is that it rolls pretty darn well for the most part. All the wheels roll and do their function accordingly, and I think that's pretty cool, so that's a plus. Now that the tank mode is done, we can get these two to come with him and form the super robot. When combined, this guy is absolutely fantastic. We have all of the details that you could have ever imagined him having. Giant shoulder cannon, huge blades, awesome shoes. It's a giant blaster. But overall, this guy came out great. Honestly, I couldn't be more satisfied with this build. This is an awesome Lego robot, or Megazord, but I haven't really thought of a name at this point. But later on in the video, I should have the name. I'll call him the Beetle Destroyer. Yes, I'll call him the Beetle Destroyer. But why would he hurt his own kind? I won't go over all of the articulation because we already know this guy's pretty poseable and everything he's wearing is just practically armor, but for the most part it is still pretty nice to look at. I also think that he looks that much cooler right next to his opponent. Not only are they complementary towards each other, but they just give off that vibe, you know, the Optimus Prime and Megatron vibe. That vibe, but overall they're still individually their own thing, which makes a lot of sense because that's practically what they are. But I really am enjoying this part of the wave. This is just one part of many. Like, comment, and subscribe, and this is PowerBricks signing off.